So today, let's see what is DevOps. So DevOps is a culture which brings two teams together, operations and development team. The term was coined by Patrick DeBois in 2008 and 9, and he was a system administrator. Now let's see why was the need of DevOps really important. So for example, today if we are seeing Netflix, there are many applications in the market which are releasing new features and you're updating on your mobile phone. So the new feature which Netflix released is the Moments. So that feature was released in less than 2 weeks. But before DevOps, it was like 2 to 3 months to bring the code to the market. So using DevOps, the first thing which we achieved was the faster delivery. Second thing, the quality of the feature was increased because the operation team and the developer team were working seamlessly with each other. Third, enhanced collaboration of the teams like the operation teams and the development team, the tester team, the monitoring team, and the feedback team. So all the teams are working together. That was the third benefit. And the fourth is increased efficiency. The code was bring to the market very easily and in a faster way. So DevOps is something which helps your code to the market in a very less time. Now let's see two methodologies which are used in software development. First is Agile and second is DevOps. So Agile used to work with a plan where we have to take the requirement, plan the things, design the plan, then do the coding part, testing and deployment. So for each and every feature, we have to follow all this step from the scratch. If there is a changes in each of any of the feature in your application, you have to follow all the steps. But when the DevOps was in the picture, you don't have to follow all the things together. If you have planned something, suppose you're planning to launch a application, so you have planned that application, you have designed the system for that, you have designed the blueprint of your software. Now the next step is to develop the feature one by one. As soon as the features are developed, the operation teams or the deployment team will deploy that features into a development environment and the testing would start. And the developer team will work on the new features and again the same life cycle. So it is not planning again and again, planning one time, designing one time, and development and delivering. This was the thing which DevOps brought in. What is the difference between these two methodology? The first one, it focuses on software. Agile only focuses on software development, while DevOps focuses on deployment as well as development. Secondly, it also a manual process. Agile works on a manual processing. Each and every step involves human and there is a chance of increasing human errors. But while DevOps has an automation part where each and every steps can be automated using many of the tools which we will see in future lectures. Third, it involves developers and the operation teams. It means it will help or it will give some part to the developer and give some part to the operations. But when it comes to DevOps, it combines these two teams and works seamlessly. And lastly, it has a slower deployment process which takes 2 to 3 months for the market release, but DevOps can be done in 2 weeks. And that's the difference. Now, what are the stages of DevOps? So first is planning. As I said, you have to plan out all the things, software requirements, SDLC lifecycle, which we say. So that is the first phase. Second phase is the coding phase. Once the design is in your hand, you will give that design to the product manager in your company and the product manager will explain each and every steps to the developers. That is the coding phase. Third step is to build. Once the code is ready, you put it into a repository, a central repository, and then the building phase works. In building, you will release the packages and the packages are tested on the environments like, for example, if your application is working on JavaScript, a JavaScript environment is made and your application is tested on that. The fourth or fifth step is to release that updates. So once the testing is done, everybody is satisfied, the client is satisfied, the developers are satisfied, then it moves to the next phase, that is release. It will be released on some actual production servers. Then there is a deployment where it will be released to the market where the customers can install on their laptop if the application works for Windows or Mac, or for mobile phones Android and iOS. So they will install and the user will start to use that application. And then there is the operability, which means is your application working fine. And the last one is feedback or monitoring, where you will see how your application is performing. So these are the steps of DevOps. Next, we will see what are the core principles. So first one is collaboration, where each and every team works in a seamless manner, where they are dependent on each other. As the developer is dependent on the deployment teams are dependent on tester team. Once they all work together, a product is released in the market. Second is automation. Once the code is committed to the GitHub will the Jenkins or the application which is responsible for the build part will pick up the code from GitHub, and the building phase is done, and then the deployment phase. So this is the steps which you can automate in DevOps. Third is continuous improvement. So once the feature is released, it is not always bug free, so there will be some bugs. So you will be getting a feedback from the customers, this application is not working fine or this button is not clickable. So again you can come into development phase, remove that error or rectify that error, and again you can build and release that part. And last is measurement and monitoring, how your application is performing on the production level. Lastly, what we have seen, just a recap. So DevOps is a thing which will bring two teams in one place, development team and operation teams. It will help you to release the packages or release the application updates very easily in months. It will not take months, it will take weeks to do that. And lastly is the monitoring and feedback part, how your application is working on a production level. Thank you.
To know more about IT Vedant, visit our website